Welcome to Llama Mama, a podcast about loom knitting. I'm your host Kayla, and this is episode 11. You can find me on Instagram at Llama Mama Kayla, which is llama.mama.kayla. I'm most active on Instagram, but you can find me other places on the web and the links in the description below. I'm so excited to be back here with you all today. Thank you for joining me, and today I'm going to share some of my WIPS that I have going on. So I'm just going to jump right into that. I mentioned before in the last video that I was having some videoing problems. I'm having to keep my videos to like right at under 30 minutes, so I can't really show WIPS and finished objects all in the same video, so it's just going to be a video about some WIPS I have going on. I hope that's okay with you. Recently I got the purple KK replacement loom from Cindywood Looms. It's 48 pegs and it's a very, very nice loom. I love these pegs. I had the 20 peg loom. I think I have that right here. Yeah, I had this loom and I love this loom for making little stuffies, little plushy toys and such. I love the flexibility of the pegs. This is the same thing. The only issue I have with this is not an issue with the loom at all. It's an issue with me. With my hands, when yarn gets on this, and you know it's got a good bit of yarn, it gets a little heavy for me. I do best with the loops and thread looms from Michaels. My first set from there was like a heavier rubbery plastic, and the last set that I bought from there is a very lightweight plastic. It's very solid, but it's just lightweight. That loom is the best for me. I also bought some Nifty Knitter looms online at Facebook Marketplace for $5. It didn't have the 24 peg, but it had the 34, the 36, and the 41. And they're a little bit heavier made loom, so I have the same problem with that. Once my yarn gets, on there, it becomes a little bit heavy for my hands. But I still am using them, but it's a struggle. But anyway, I love this loom. It's a great loom. Making this hat on it. I think this is going to be a messy bun hat, so I haven't closed it up. I'm going to run some elastic through there and then tie it off. So that was made on this loom. I just got to run some elastic through and make it a messy bun hat. Messy bun hats are my best sellers every winter, fall and winter. So this is the first one of the season that I've made. I've got to get some made. Another item that I was making, I made this little purple hat, a pumpkin hat. It's garter stitch, E-wrap, then purl, E-wrap, purl, E-wrap, purl. And I did not, if I wish I'd noticed that, because I would have started over, but at the very beginning there, you can see I had a stitched just one strand, and I made this with 2 strands held as one, but just one strand come out there. So I think I'm just gonna tie that down with some yarn and put a button over it. I'm gonna add a leaf and a stem. I'm just gonna put a button over that. I'm gonna tie it with some orange yarn into the hat and then add a button. It's a cute little hat. Another project I have going on is this purse. I might have showed that I was working on this purse before, but recently I've made the pieces to go on it. I haven't decided on the handle for the purse. That's why I'm just kind of sluggish at getting it done, because I hadn't decided on the handle. But anyway, I made all these little colorful flowers, and this is a Good Knit Kisses flower loom flower. Let me see if I can show you that. Let me see if I can place them on here as I show you. They're just cute little flowers. I don't know what order I'm actually going to put them on here, but I'll just kind of place them here and see if it shows up. A little yellow on a darker pink, or a lighter pink actually. And then I made all these little green leaves, and I'm just going to put them around it. Just trying to give you an example of how this is going to be, or what my plan is. It may turn out totally different. And this is all strings everywhere. I can hold this up enough to show you. So I plan on sewing these in. So this doesn't show very well, but it'll be a cluster of flowers with leaves coming out. So I'm working on that. Hopefully I'll get that finished up soon. I gotta decide on how I'm gonna make the handle. I might buy a handle and put on it. I'm not sure. Oh, I have showed this piece before. I recently got it out and started working on it again. It's gonna be a mermaid tail, and I may have it long enough by now. I took this to co-op with me, homeschool co-op, and while I wasn't busy, I worked on this, and I think it is ready to finish. I think that is way long enough. So I'll get that off the loom and finish up the tail, and I'll be showing you that soon. Let's see what else I have here. I'm working on this little piece here, which this is Scarlet Royal's Star Blanket, 10 stitch Star Blanket. I need to get this off the loom because I need the loom for something else. Even though I have more of these loom pieces, they may either have a project on it, or I have one right here. I have one right here, but I don't want to get a project stuck on this because I use this little loom to make ears, those leaves that I just showed you, different things like that. It's a piece of a sock loom. It's the 24 pegs, and I want to keep this free. But anyway, so I'm making this little star, and I'm about finished with it. I guess I need to go around one more time, and it'll be finished. And what I'm going to do when I finish it, when I get back around to a stopping point, it's going to end, and I'm going to make a head, a ball, a head, and then sew on this, and it will be like a lovey. So I've been wanting to make those, and I couldn't figure out, like, you know, you see them crocheted, and they're not just a square, they're, you know, have these points and stuff on them. And I've been wanting to make one of those on loom, and just couldn't figure out, like, I didn't want to make a square, so I just hadn't made any. And then one day it just hit me, the star blanket. Duh. So that's gonna be my lovey. You should give that a try if you hadn't already thought of it. So that's another project I am working on. I need to get that finished up because I need to make a baby gift. And I want to make a lovey, but it's not those colors lovey. Something totally different. And I'm going to show you what I'm working on for that. Another thing I'm working on is someone asked me to make a dog sweater for their dog. I made one for my little Chihuahua who is like 3 pounds, and they have a Chihuahua that is 9 pounds. So I'm trying to do that on like the 31 peg loom. And I hope it's not too big. I'm kind of nervous about that. So making a dog sweater and a dog hat, a snooty, whatever you call these. I'm putting a big pom-pom on top. So That's a work in progress. Excuse me. I'm trying to make up some hats for my guys. And my plan is to just make several hats and put them in the parlor next to the front door where the coat rack is. Maybe put a little box somewhere close by that, right up under it or something, and just put hats in it so when they're headed out this winter they can grab a hat. The only problem with that is Dakota, my oldest son, and Jody, my husband, they prefer a beanie style hat that, you know, fits normal, tight fit, whatever. My youngest son, Elijah, prefers a slouchy hat. So, got the brim done, so I'm just going to start on the hat. I was trying to decide what stitch to make the hat, because I wanted to make them each a little bit different, just so it's not the same hat, a different color. I might try basket weave on this. From what I understand, that might just be knit 4, purl 4, knit 4, purl 4, and then when you get back around the top, when you get back around to number 1, then it would be purl 4, knit 4. So you would do the opposite, but you would do it in 4 rows at a time, like 4 rows with it being knit 4, purl 4, and then 4 rows of purl 4, knit 4. So that's my goal, is to get them several hats made up. And I have more works in progress going, but like I said, I gotta keep the video short. So another project that I'm working on, and I'm kind of a little bit excited about, a girl, one of the homeschool moms in our homeschool co-op is expecting. She's a sweet lady, and so we're gonna throw her a little shower, and I wanted to make her a baby gift, but no one knows what the baby's gonna be, if it's a boy or girl. So I'm trying to make something, you know, gender neutral. So I made a little hat, a newborn hat, and I'm gonna put antennas on it, so it'll be a little bee hat. And I made this little bee. I think I've showed this on the video before, this little bee, but I'm making a new one. And I made it, but I'm going to do a little something different to it. I'm going to stuff it, and I'm going to slide this little gumball container with a bell. This is all it is. It's a little container with a little jingle bell. Put in the container and put the lid on. I'm going to get Elijah to poke some holes to the top so the sound can come through, and put that inside so it rattles for the baby. So, probably finish this up tonight. And then I'm going to make a lovey, just like the star blanket by Scarlet Royal. But I'm not, you know, go a few rounds and then end it, not trying to make a blanket. And then the middle of the blanket, I'm going to make a bee head. So I've made 2 of these because when I stuff one, I want to stuff it very, very firm, and stuffing is going to show through. So what I'm going to do is make this ball, stuff it, tie it off real good, cut the strings, so I just have a ball, and then I'm going to stuff that ball inside here, and it will be a solid, firm ball. You can't see stuffing. It will be double layer fabric, so that'll be good. So I'm working on those, and like I said, I hope to get those finished. I think the baby shower is going to be October the 1st, So I do have a little bit of time to work on that, but I gotta finish that star blanket lovey to get busy on this star blanket lovey. And I'm also gonna make some bumblebee baby shoes. So those will be cute, and we'll put all that back in this bag because I don't want to lose this yarn. I don't want to grab it up and start making something else with it and then run out of that yarn. I'm going to save it for all that. Oh, and this bag that I'm using, so let me just tell you a little bit about it. It has a drawstring in it. I got this bag at Walmart for $2 on clearance. It is an insulated bag. It has a Velcro at the top, and it is the gray insulated for like lunches or whatever. But I don't need that. Elijah and I have a very nice LSU cooler that we take to co-op with our lunches. So I just thought, $2, I can use that for project bags. And so just Velcro it, and then you can drawstring that up. I'm not quite strong enough to do it. My hands are weak. But you can drawstring that up if you want. I think mine's fine just like that. And it has the straps. And just grab it and go. So, let me just put this strap in there. And another, some more WIPS that I have is some scarves. I've made up the scarves. Now I'm at the point where I just need to put the faces on. So I did like, I think this one is a snowman scarf. I don't, that one will be, no, that's not it. Here it is. This one will be a snowman scarf. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, this one is going to be the characters from Big Bang, I believe. I believe that's it. The Big Bang Theory show, it's going to be the characters from there. This one is Harry Potter. Just gotta put the faces on, and some of them might have extra hair to add to it. I think this one is another Big Bang Theory. It's the other side, the guy side. That one was the girl side, and this will be the guy side. So I have several of the Harry Potters and Big Bang Theories because both my sons each wanted one, and so I thought I would just make, instead of have one to share, I would just make of each one. That way if they was going to wear it on the same day, which they could do because they don't go to the same places, that would work. So anyway, so that's works in progress that I'm working on currently. I hope to have those finished up and be able to show you soon. We have started back to school, so we're in the rhythm of getting school done. We're doing homeschool co-op on Mondays, and that's very hard on me with my health and my issues, but it's very much worth it because this is Elijah's senior year. It's our last year to homeschool. It's very important to me that we do this. So even though by the end of the day I am in a lot of pain, in tears, barely make it home, barely make it from the front door to my bed and collapse. And the first week it took me like a week to recover. It's still worth it. It's worth it to me to do this for Elijah. I don't want to ever regret that I didn't do it with him, so we're going to do it. At co-op, I teach, my friend and I, Angel and I, we teach a life class about jobs and budgeting and just learning things like that. And then I help in another class. Then we have lunch, and then I help in another class, and then fourth period class, I teach a Lego class, which is basically just watching kids play Legos, giving them some challenges and just having fun with them with Legos. And then we clean up that mess, and then co-op is over, except some of the kids stay for extra classes, and Elijah does stay for an art class. So we're there till about, well, it starts at 10. We get there about 9:30ish in the morning, and then we're there till about 4:30. And it's all I can do to make it home. But we're doing it. We're doing it. We've got 2 days down. It's 20 days total for the whole year, 10 for each semester. We've got 2 days behind us already, so we only have 8 more for this semester. Then we have a winter break, and then we'll go back for 10 more weeks. So we're doing it. So that's what's been going on with us. Just school, getting back in the swing of that. Getting Elijah prepped to take the ACT a couple more times. He needs to raise his score a few more points. I think he might have said he would like to raise it 2 more points. So that's our goal. Just raise the ACT score 2 more points. And he gets a lot of great classes at co-op and interaction with his friends, and you know, and experience other people as teachers. So it's a great investment for us. But anyway, I hope to be back soon. I've enjoyed this time with you. Comment below. Let me know what's going on with you. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell so you'll know when I make new videos. And I think I'm getting in a rhythm that I'll have videos popping up regularly. That's been a struggle for me, especially since I've been sick a lot, but my oldest son and I have talked about it, and we're kind of coming up with a plan. And I've said, well, maybe YouTube is not for me. And he's like, oh no, you can do this, you can do this. So he's the one that's forced me to do this to begin with, so it'll be fun. We'll do it. But it's easier to do it if I have interaction with people. If I know somebody's watching and somebody's, you know, somebody's cares that I'm doing it. So, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.